Thanks very much, Frankie. Yes, we check in on entertainment with Devo Brown back from America.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Captain America.
That makes sense.
Look at
Yes,
that.
I was in America on Thursday, Friday. Yes.
How did that feel? How was that? The Yellowstone looked great, by the way, that carpet. We talked about that on Friday.
Yeah, it was, and I got to see the first episode with the cast
Cool.
that night, which was super cool. And then the episode premiered on Paramount Plus last night, and it is a wild one because everyone's like, what are they going to do with John Dutton and Kevin Costner's character?
Yeah.
Not spoiling anything because you might have had a chance to see it yet.
I haven't seen it. Do we know in the first episode what
yes.
Oh, okay.
It is fierce, that first episode. So if you are a fan of Yellowstone, watch that first episode of season 5, part 2. But talking about America, Captain America, we know Anthony Mackie is now, his role is Captain America. Sam Wilson is doing that, taking over from Steve Rogers. But look, everybody's talking about this trailer that dropped yesterday. Superhero films aren't for everybody, but apparently they're for a lot of people. 11 million views in less than 24 hours. It is big. So over the weekend, it was the first ever Brazil D23 fan event, and Marvel Studios debuted the trailer for Captain America: Brave New World. Oh, yes.
Wow.
So that's it. Yeah. So Anthony Mackie plays Captain America, Sam Wilson. Harrison Ford plays U.S. President Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, a.k.a., ready for this, Red Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah, it's big. Danny Ramirez plays Joaquin Torres, or as Falcon. And Liv Tyler plays Betty Ross.
You know what? My ears are perked here, okay? I am a big Liv Tyler fan. I'm a Harrison Ford fan. I'm an Anthony Mackie fan.
Okay.
You know, the superhero thing still eludes me a little bit. But hey, you put those people in it, I'm perked. And Anthony Mackie looks great in that suit when he wow. That's a fit.
And he will let you know he looks good in that suit. We talked about it, and he was like, you see my booty in that thing? I'm like, yes. We all saw your booty in that thing, Anthony. We did. Here, this may get you excited for it. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Okay.
We're on the brink of war. I can't trust anyone. Nothing about this feels right.
Captain America. You ever ask yourself, who's playing who?
Playing who?
Who's playing who?
Who is playing who? He's got the shield. Looks good on Anthony Mackie. I'm glad they made the switch up and got him as Cap now. February 14th, 2025. See ya, Valentine's Day date.
Okay.
We go to see Captain America, which means I'm going alone.
Not yet, Devo. There's still time.
No, but that theater will be packed.
Yeah, well,
So if you have
says love like.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have a superhero film fan in your world, you're going to be seeing that on Valentine's Day. There you go.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, 11 million views. They're not wrong.
No.
People are interested in this. Thank you, Devo.
No problem. Thank you.
Great to have you back. Great to have you back on Canadian soil.
Thank you.
7:51 here on your Monday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with BT, Devo Brown, and Meredith Shaw here with you, talking about one of our favorite subjects, Devo, Grammy nominations. They came out Friday.
Yeah, after the show on Friday, Grammy nominations came out. I was in New York, and I was just checking it out. I'm like, man, there are some big names in all the categories this year. But the biggest one, of course, Beyonce, Queen Bee, picking up 11 nominations, which is a record for nominations in 1 year, breaking hers of 2009 of 10 nominations then, making her the most nominated artist of all time. She now has 99 Grammy nominations, while her husband, Jay-Z, has 88 Grammy nominations. So you know what I say? She's got 99 grams and a 8-1, you know what I'm saying?
That's
okay,
good,
I had to throw it out there.
Good.
But we've talked about some of the other artists that are nominated. Coming in at 7 nominations, Charlie XCX, Billie Eilish, Kendrick Lamar, Post Malone, Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, Taylor Swift with 6 nominations, and Shabuzi with 5. But if we notice, it's very female-dominated.
Oh, yes, it is. I mean, pop vocal, it's all women.
All women.
All women in that category,
right? So you're seeing, Charlie, Billie, Sabrina with her first nominations, also nominated for Best New Artist and Album of the Year. Chappell Roan, who kind of took a lot of people by surprise this year, and especially in pop music radio.
Big time.
Taylor Swift, we know with the album, she's up for Album of the Year as well. So very female heavy when it comes to the nominations, which is great. They've been crushing music this year in that way. So it's nice to see it reflected in these nominations
and
as
nice
well.
to see Beyonce nominated for country Album of the Year, Devo?
That's the thing with these nominations. They span the genres. And maybe that's a little bit of a, hey, we're the Grammys and we know what we're doing. CMAs, maybe you don't. It could be a little bit of that, or just how the Academy voted. We'll see on that. Sabrina Carpenter was on her tour bus when she got the information, as was Shabuzi. Let's take a look at their reactions getting their first Grammy nominations.
This year's nominees for Album of the Year are Short and Sweet.
We've both interviewed enough musicians. And some of them say, you know, the awards, the accolades don't mean anything.
Sure.
They're lying when they say that, because those reactions say it all, right? Like, they do mean something.
Oh my gosh, especially your first ones, your first glimpse at that, you know? And both of those artists, Sabrina and Shabuzi, I mean, they've had so much success in this past year. But there's something about getting that Grammy nomination that still holds weight. You know, there's a lot of conversation around the Grammys and, you know, their legitimacy and who gets nominated and all that stuff. But there's still that emotional reaction. That's the truth right there.
There is the clout to say I'm Grammy nominated as opposed to whatever you're doing in your career. Coming up at 9:20, I'm going to break down the big four categories. So Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Album of the Year, and Best New Artist. We'll give you a little more of a detailed look at that at 9:20 this morning.
Awesome. Some good news from some of our favorites right there. Thank you, Devo Brown. 8:50 here on your Monday morning. Time to check in once again on entertainment. So, of course, we bring on Devo Brown. And this was an award show that, you know, everybody loves to watch, especially ahead of Grammys. It kind of is an award show that leads the way for some of the other things to come.
It does, and it kind of goes a little bit under the radar here in North America. It's the European Music Awards that they do, the EMAs, each and every year. And it is always a good show.
Sure.
And the biggest names are all nominated for this. Taylor Swift was the big winner last night. She got 4 trophies, including Best Artist at that. Shawn Mendes performed. A lot of people were talking about his performance.
Mendes performed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the performance was incredible. But what I want to focus on a little bit here is this was the first award show, big award show that has happened since Liam Payne passed away. October 16th is when he passed away, falling from the 3rd floor balcony of the hotel he was at in Argentina. So Rita Ora and him have a great friendship that goes back years. You're going to see some of the photos of the two of them. There they are together. And she was there to pay tribute. It's the first time we've seen a celebrity speak out on camera, and again at an award show. So, you know, how are they going to handle it at this award show? And I think she did it gracefully, with a lot of class, but it was very emotional. Here's Rita Ora at the EMAs paying tribute to Liam Payne.
Liam Payne was one of the kindest people that I knew. Yeah. And, you know, there were so many ways that we were talking about honoring him, and I think sometimes just simply speaking is enough. He had the biggest heart and was always the first person to offer help in any way that he could. He brought so much joy to every room he walked into, and he left such a mark on this world. So let's just take a moment to remember our friend Liam.
Everything that you ever dreamed of.
Wow.
And they did, a little bit of a tune there.
I hadn't realized that they were such good, close friends. I didn't realize that about them. I mean, she spoke very well. I mean, clearly from the heart, and it makes me think what might continue. I mean, we were just talking about Grammy nominations. What might it look like there on February 2nd when that comes up?
Yeah, and you know what? I think what she said there is, like, sometimes, you know, you don't have to do this wild edited piece or whatever. It's like sometimes just talking is enough.
Yeah.
And I thought that was great because that also sends a message to people that are struggling and having a tough time to have a conversation.
Exactly.
To just speak, you know, and that can help in any way if you're going through something. So I thought that was really well done. And of course, and you know, it's tough to go out there.
Oh my gosh.
You are a performer, but to go out there and just, you're feeling so many different feelings and emotions after losing a close friend.
Yeah.
To be able to do that. So I don't know, you know, brave might be the word that I say as well, because you're putting yourself in that spotlight to do that. So well done by Rita Ora, and we thank her for that message. Again, Liam Payne passing away October 16th, 3 people were charged with this. One for abandonment, who was a friend, who was kind of saying that's not what happened, and 2 for supplying the drugs that eventually were in his system and found in his system.
Yeah. But he's back home.
His body's back home.
Back home in the
Funeral
UK.
details not fully out there. Fans are saying just leave it alone, and let the friends, close family members mourn him properly and attend that on their own and kind of stay away from it.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Devo.
It's a tough
Thank
one.
you for that. That's a tough one. Yeah. Coming up on 9:20 here. Thanks for waking up with BT, and time for entertainment with Devo Brown. Grammy nominations came out Friday after our show.
Yes.
And so we get to break them all down here today, and lots to celebrate.
Yeah, I want to dive in a little deeper here, but we'll kind of give you the biggest headline of it, which was Beyonce getting 11 nominations, which is
Yes,
the
she
most ever by an artist at one time for one awards when it comes to the Grammys. She broke her own record back in 2009. She had 10 nominations. This now gives her 99 nominations overall, the most nominated artist at the Grammys of all time.
Do your joke. No, do your joke.
Oh, well, she was tied with her husband, Jay-Z, at 88, but these 11 give her 99 grams, but a Jay-Z ain't one. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got no problems. She got no problems at 99. And this is
Whoa,
off the
99.
country album
Yeah.
that got snubbed at the CMAs. And so she's up for Best Country Album. There's a track that's in there for a country song of the year as well. Look, I'm not saying, but I'm saying that
Look, it's
it
nice
was
to see.
represented. Yeah.
It's nice to see because, yeah, I mean, I think some mistakes were made CMA-wise. I think everybody kind of agrees with that. And so it's nice to see the Grammys fill in that gap.
Yeah. Other big nominees, Charlie XCX, Billie Eilish, Kendrick Lamar, Post Malone, 7 nominations. Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, Taylor Swift, 6 nominations. And Shabuzi with 5 nominations. Let's go in the big categories here.
Okay.
So record of the year is where we're going to start. This is the performance, the production of the song. This goes to the performers. You're seeing it right there. The Beatles one is interesting. Now and Then, that's the one that used AI.
Yes.
And so people are a little torn on this nomination. The song was good.
Sure.
I don't know.
Even at the time, I think people were a little bit torn. I mean,
Yeah.
they were very excited about it, but there was some controversy surrounding it, and it is interesting that the Grammys are coming down on the side of, yeah, no, this is okay.
Yeah.
'Cause that is precedent setting.
I don't like it being awarded. If it's being done, sure. I don't know if I like it being awarded. You saw some big names in that one, though, with Beyonce, Sabrina, Charlie, Billie, Kendrick, Chappell, Taylor with Post in that. You're going to see a lot of crossover in Song of the Year as well. This is the songwriters. So for the lyrics and the writing of the actual track, Bar Song Tipsy is on there as well, Shabuzi. You're seeing, again, Birds of a Feather from Billie Eilish. Lady Gaga and Bruno.
Yeah.
Taylor and Posty again. Chappell, Kendrick.
I mean, this is a thick category.
Look
at
at
all
that
them.
category.
Wow, wow, wow. Big. And so many
Right?
first-timers in there, too, you know, with Shabuzi and with Sabrina. Like, that's big years for people to come out strong.
And then you're getting some more crossover with big names in Album of the Year. There was a lot of big albums out. So here's who you're seeing in Album of the Year. Andre 3000 surprised me. I'll be honest. I didn't know he dropped an album.
Yeah, well, me neither.
I wasn't ready for it.
Good
Cowboy
for him.
Carter in there, short and
Yeah.
sweet from Sabrina. Brat, Jesse Volume 4, Jacob Collier, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish, Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. That is Chappell Roan, and of course, the Tortured Poets Department, Taylor Swift. And then you look at Best New Artist.
Yes.
And sometimes you know 1 or 2 on the list, right?
true.
Like when it comes to commercial success. This year, it is tough competition. Look at these names and you know their music. Benson Boone, Sabrina Carpenter, Doechii, Krungman, who's a musical trio, Ray out of the UK, Chappell Roan, Shabuzi, and Teddy Swims.
Major category.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for them. Yeah, that's
Massive.
new artist is always, you're right, it's always a bit tricky. And there's a lot of pressure on whoever wins that.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see that, I mean, that's some real success stories there already.
And speaking of those Best New Artists, 2 of them got to celebrate with their teams. They're both on tour. I'm talking Sabrina Carpenter and Shabuzi. Their reactions to getting nominated for the Grammy Awards, their first time it's happened to them. Check it out.
This year's nominees for Album of the Year are Short and Sweet.
I love that.
That's pure, that's little kid joy right there, you know?
Congrats to all the nominees.
Yeah.
67th Annual Grammy Awards happening February 2nd of 2025. You'll be able to watch them right here on City TV.
Love that. Love that. Thank you, Tifo.